EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to chilly, but of course sold-out Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. Coming up, it's Divisional Round Saturday, and we've got an AFC battle on tap between the Tennessee Titans and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
The first of 4 berths in the conference championships on the line here as divisional weekend in the NFL is underway. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Speak up. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 26-yard line.
They'll drop the throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. That's good for 9 yards as they convert on the 3rd down play. To throw. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. He was trying to get it to A.J. Brown that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away, not intercepted.
9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
They keep it on the ground. And Henry fighting for the marker, but I don't think he got there. He did not. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard.
It's now 4th down.
On 4th down, here's Brett Kern to punt the football away. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. And this is going to hit the goal line and continue on into the end zone for a touchback.
20-yard line.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at the 20. Pretty good results here on the 1st down run as he takes this forward for about 6.
He was brought
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent game.
Brings up 2nd and 4. at the 26-yard line.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. Here's Mahomes to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
That was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mahomes going to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line.
And this might not be the last interception we see, Brandon. Both of these teams like to throw the football, but here in this snow, ball's not going to always go where you want it to. And this one winds up getting intercepted.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tennessee. The papers this week, it was all talk about how big of a game this was. Of course it is. It's the playoffs. It's the divisional round. But they handle it well. They score early.
They really did. Plenty of confidence exuded on that drive. No nerves showing. Terrific way to get things started. They are in control.
Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The return. The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. They're forced to play catch-up early in this division round game as they search for a seat in the AFC Championship round. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time because, let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
On 2nd and 12, Mahomes. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And a good job defensively. They stopped him short of the first at the 32. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down.
24 to the left.
They do go for it. It's Mahomes. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney and the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position.
Here we go, Shaq. Right here. We got to step it up.
Henry. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Chris Jones on the stop.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature at the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
almost met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
And it's 3rd down.
And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. On 4th down, here's Stephen Gostkowski for the Tennessee field goal. From the right hash, this from an even 40 yards out. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Titans 7, Chiefs nothing. Stephen Gostkowski on for the field goal. A 40-yard attempt.
And the 14-year trusty veteran able to knock it through. And the lead moves to 10-zip. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jadeveon Clowney picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Well, they go play fake. The problem is nobody was faked out.
And when no one's faked out, what's the end result? Quarterback gets hit.
They're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
24 is the mic. Let's go, baby. Yellow. Get that ball.
They go play action. Now Mahomes. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete. Mecole Hardman, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
A lot of times it's that first read that you have. Maybe you get it in pre-snap, and he locked in on his target, but he was covered quite well, and that one's incomplete.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Working from the gun, Mahomes. And going deep for Hill. It's caught inside the 25. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 75 yards. And the Chiefs are able to get this back within a touchdown. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now.
Makes the score Titans 10, Chiefs 7. Harrison Butker to kick off for Kansas City.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A shotgun handoff to Henry. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
2nd and 6.
Give me that ball, defense! Give me that ball! Give me that ball, defense! Mike 22, he's coming! Hurt! Trevor Pirates! Mike 22, Mike 22! You ain't going nowhere! Mike 22!
They'll set up to throw. Henry's got it out on the left side. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up the 1st down.
They run with Henry on 1st down, but nothing much materializing as he'll get forward only for about a yard. For the Titans and Chiefs, we think back to their encounter in the postseason last year, the AFC Championship game to be exact. And the Titans were riding high, coming off road wins in Foxborough and in Baltimore. And they led at one point 17-7, but as the Chiefs did 3 times in those playoffs, they rallied back from a double-digit deficit, ultimately winning 35-24 and punching their ticket to Miami. And he'll be brought down with a 1st down as the tackle's made at the Chiefs' 44-yard line. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st down, Tennessee.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory at the 44-yard line. 2nd quarter action, 2 minutes to go on Divisional Round weekend. We remind you, as we've done all year, that coming up at halftime, we will visit with Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll let you know what's going on here on a full Divisional Round weekend. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
On any explosive run, you can almost feel the ground shaking, and that's from the offensive linemen creating space for their runners. I know Coach told me before, he always told his runners, run around the offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking so you don't trip and fall when it happens in a game.
It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down.
3rd down.
Down near the 20-yard line. That one good for a pickup of 15 for Tennessee.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4-down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, though, if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
Yeah, and he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. That was the 9th play of the drive, and they pick up 9 yards with it.
At the Chiefs' 12-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. This is Henry. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. It's a 3-yard pickup, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
The running game's played a huge part in getting them down to this point on the field. I say stay with it. Keep pounding the football. Keep driving. Keep grinding.
Yeah, even down in the red zone, keep going for it.
No doubt about it. Dance with what brung you.
This weekend, get the 5G America's been waiting for.
Verizon 5G is next level.
Unlimited plans fit everyone in your family starting at just $35. With 5G included at no extra cost.
Tiger, 19
Get the
Tiger.
entertainment and gaming the whole family.
They'll try and run for it with Henry. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3.
And Brad, they went to a nickel defense, and that's a surprise this close to the goal line, because ordinarily you use the back end of the end zone, the sidelines as extra defenders, and you want bigger people on the field to try and help against the run.
So second and goal, and the big man Henry alone in the backfield. Now he's got it.
Not today.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Only able to pick up 2, and that leads us to third and goal. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. This, a chip shot, a 20-yarder. Gostkowski's kick is good, and the lead stretches to 6 here. It's 13-7. So a capper there to a pretty good first half.
And I love the way that they put a chokehold on the clock and pretty much drained everything before they put the field goal on the board as they headed into the half.
Fields it in the middle of the end zone.
The Chiefs take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on first and 10.
Check 53 Mike. Check 53 Mike. Let's go, D. 53 to Mike. 15.
Final shot before the half from Mahomes. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. So it's on to halftime in this AFC Divisional Round matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, win or go home, that's the name of the game, and we're back underway with the second half of this AFC Divisional Round. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in week 2. No?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think
motherfuckers sit and spam the same plays entire time.
Just not playing as well as we need. And we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball right here. Mike 54.
Now here's Mahomes. Escaping the pressure right. This one complete to Mecole Hardman. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. He was held without a catch in the first half, but he's got one here, and he also picks up a first down.
43-yard line.
Yellow. Watch 54. Watch 15. 15. These babies cry all the way back home, yo. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home. Kill. Check the backer. 49. Check 49.
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And a minimal gain here as as he's up to about the 47-yard line.
The tackle made at the 47-yard
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off, and try and chip someone at the second level.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
An extra defensive back out there for the Titans now here for 3rd down. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. Incomplete. He had his hands on it but couldn't pick it. But it's now 4th down. It appears they're going to come up empty on this first drive of the second half, still down by that slim margin.
Yeah, and that's okay. You know, when you sit and analyze it, they're not happy about what happened, having to go to the bench. But this gives them a chance to let their defense do some work while they on the sidelines go over what they're doing offensively and formulate a proper plan.
A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
And how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. 2nd and 10 here as we sit in the 3rd quarter of this divisional round matchup.
Mike, number 53. Mike, 53. I got one.
Now it's Henry. And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
They'll look to throw. The open man is Smith. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. 2 catches now in this divisional round matchup. That one, a first down.
Check 53, Mike. You don't want that. Not below 18. You don't want it. Watch that. 53 is the Mike. You run.
Mike. They'll look to throw now on first down. Eluding the pressure right. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because it nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
A 3rd quarter action from Kansas City, 2nd down and 10.
Chap 60. Where's the Mike? You don't know no better. 24. Big stop. Let's go.
And he's taken down. A Chiefs sack. Frank Clark just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Hey, we got 4. We got 4 down. Hey, watch that. Hawk 70.
On this side. Very few fans, but the ones who are here are participating.
So that'll back him up 5.
I'm sure these Green Bay Packers are keeping their eyes on Seattle and New Orleans for that race for the number 1 seed.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Out of the gun now on third down. And that is incomplete. Nice job by Juan Thornhill there to get a hand in and break up the play.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties. And he's able to knock that one away.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Watch out for Hill on the return.
That extra fucking spin.
That'll go as a 52-yard punt.
Ah.
And it's Chiefs
Fuck,
football.
bro.
First and 10.
Their own 41-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive.
Same
And a tight
defense.
game after punting last time. See if they can get
Same
something
setup.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Defense all day, all day. 24 is the mic. 24 is the mic. All day.
Mahomes now to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So they obviously declined that, and it is a touchdown.
They still had the option, but let's face it.
There's no option.
There's no option when you score a touchdown. An easy call for them.
So the Titans bring the offense back out to go for 2.
Double tight, 3 down.
They'll try and throw for it. And he is into the end zone to bump the lead up 2 more. And there's a quick momentum swing. INT return for a pick 6, and then the 2-point conversion good.
And even if you're keeping your wits about you, you're thinking to yourself, okay, extra point block team going into the game now. All of a sudden you're hearing defense. Everyone's scrambling for their helmets and throwing down their cups of water. That's a great position for them to be in, trying to score against that team. A little bit disjointed.
The KC offense out of the huddle, ready for their next drive.
We got to get the ball, D. Get the ball right here. Let's go. 54.
Now a handoff to his running back. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Credit the tackle for loss to Harold Landry.
22-yard line.
This motherfucker literally runs the same fucking plays. Shit's annoying, bro.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Throwing for his running back, and he's got it complete. That one good for 12 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. And to give this time to the tailback.
Sometimes with the running game, you just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. 1 quarter remains for the right to advance to the AFC title game. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
You got nothing. I go. 53 is the mic.
Mahomes now on 1st down. Complete, the tight end Kelsey. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
So operating from Tennessee territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40.
53, check 53. Stop your whining. Hey, 15. Let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike, 53.
Now Mahomes. side. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And this is caught at the 8. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. That's just his 2nd catch of the game. They wanted to keep him silent. They have kept him silent.
Defensive football 101. Don't let the best player on offense beat you. Take him out of the game. They've done a great job of doing that.
1st and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. It'll go as a loss on the play. Not what you need down here. It's going to be 2nd and goal. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And it's caught. And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Only a yard that time, so now a decision to be made here on 4th and goal. The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Kevin Byard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
Runs over. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
Brandon, you know how many times we've done games, and at the start of the 4th quarter, we see both teams hold up the 4 fingers. 4th quarter is ours. Well, how about this drive? You saw the 4 fingers for 4-minute offense, and this offensive line has really hunkered down and established themselves.
Now, this is where they say, put the game on our shoulders, we'll lead the way, right?
No doubt about it. And let me tell you, if you're a running back, all you want is get behind those big fellas, have a little vision, and find some space.
And a solid way to do that on the first play of the drive there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
First down, Tennessee.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Hopkins on the ground over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
And the Titans first down.
And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Henry will get it. And they'll get him down here at about the 42. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
At the 42-yard line. A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. 7 yards there and a first down.
Let's go.
On first down. Henry. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it at them. We've got them now.
Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. And he is going to lose yardage here. 4th down now after a loss of 2. The Chiefs will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game.
Brings up 4th down.
And this is good. It was running out of gas there at the end, but he winds up getting just enough on it. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And there is a lot of shock in the stadium. The top seed, the favorites, really getting handled thus far in this divisional round and getting close to a disappointing one-and-done scenario in these playoffs. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter.
At the 23-yard line.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11.
Hey, we got 3 down.
To throw, it's Mahomes. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Hey, come on, come on, 55,
Play action. Now it's Mahomes. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 33. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
Well, one side moves on, and then, of course, there's the other side, and now they face what they don't want to face, and that's the offseason.
Think about the journey just getting to this game. Preseason, right? The OTAs and mini camps before that. Going through the regular season, fighting and scratching and clawing to make it to the playoffs. And then to get to this game, 1 game short of a conference championship, they'll have the whole offseason to think about it. Let's see if they use it as motivation.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. From Kansas City, so long, everybody.